What's up, everybody? It's ya boy, Andrew Helgerson, and welcome to the first ever episode of Drunk on Knowledge.
Woo! First episode, and I am Angeline Cruz, a lovely co-host on this show.
Lovely indeed. So we wanted to dedicate this first podcast to talking about what you guys can expect from us, what you guys can expect from this podcast, and kind of give you the 411 on where we see this going. And so before we get into all of that, we have a little tradition that we want to start, and that is going to be making a little toast to whatever is really important in our lives at the time, or, whatever's like popping up in our minds during the week, whether it be good or bad, exciting or boring.
And it's just kind of like a little blessing, on our podcast. Get things started, get things rolling.
Exactly.
So,
So
if you're not watching on video, I just poured us a few glasses of wine.
Yes, wine. Here
2
we
to be
are.
exact. Here we go. We're drinking a nice 2016 Pinot Gris.
By Chateau Saint Michel. And if you need to, take this time to grab your own drink and
Yes.
cheers with us.
Grab your drinks, grab your alcohols, grab your water, grab your juice, whatever's
coffee.
around. Even you can just have a fake glass in your hand.
Stick your hand up in the air with nothing in it.
Yes.
Just cheers
So, cheers.
to our,
Our
first
podcast.
Oh yeah.
Let's try this. Okay. This is not ASMR, okay?
It could be if we wanted it to be.
I'm leaving. I quit.
Please don't. I need you.
All
Okay.
right. So let's get this thing started.
Wow, I'm feeling it already.
What the?
Okay, so a little background on myself.
Yeah, you get this started.
My name is Andrew. Actually, it's Daniel. So my real name is Daniel. Daniel Andrew Glenn Helgerson, the third. I was born in Bury St. Edmunds, England.
Ooh, he's foreign.
Well, I was actually born on Lakenheath Air Force Base, but whatever.
He tries to make it sound cooler than it is.
Yeah, I really embellish. And then from there, I moved around a lot: California, New Jersey, New Hampshire, and kind of settled in here in Washington, in Spanaway for a while, and then moved around a little bit more. Ended up in Alaska, and got really into Christianity somehow.
Somehow.
And then moved back down here with my mom in, 2010 or something. 2012, I don't know. Anyways, I've been living here for a while now, and really getting to know a lot about, people, about myself.
Wow.
Getting into drums. I love drumming. That's, my number one hobby, other than having a good time with friends. I like long walks on the beach, getting caught in the
Typical.
rain, pina
Kissing in the rain.
coladas.
Pina coladas. Itsy bitsy, teeny weeny, yellow polka dot bikinis?
I love those. How'd you know?
Just a wild guess.
I went to high school at Spanaway Lake High School. I think it's 15 minutes away from here. I went to Cedar Crest Junior High. I could walk there from here.
Yeah.
And as far as the jobs I've had, let's see. I've worked as a customer service person for Kmart. That Kmart has since gone out of business.
Sad.
Not sad. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
I also worked as a sandwich artist at Subway.
Right.
Now I'm just a sandwich connoisseur, but I also have done auto glass, I've done a little bit of framing. I'm currently an electrician.
A lot of trade work.
Lots of trade work. I'm ready to get out of that. And hopefully we can cultivate a really nice community with you guys.
Yes.
And have fun doing our jobs every day. I really look forward to that. And why don't you go ahead and do some background on yourself?
Yeah, gosh, stop talking about yourself.
Sorry, I love it.
I'm Angeline Cruz. I was born here in Tacoma, raised in Spanaway. Haven't really moved out of the area. So, born and raised Spanaway. I don't know how proud I am of that, but whatever. The sway pride. Yeah, I just grew up here, chilled, went to Spanaway Junior High when it was still a junior high. Still call it Spanaway Junior High, and it's like, it's a middle school. Well, it was junior high when I went there. I went to Spanaway Lake. That's where we met.
Aww.
Yeah, we were friends before we dated. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know we were dating, we are. This is our lovely house that we're in.
Are you asking me out right now?
Yeah. Wait.
What if I say no?
This is my bracelet, but will you be my boyfriend?
Yeah, sure.
My interests are, I'm really like a creative person, so I like writing, I like painting, drawing, just very creative, inspirational stuff. I can play the ook, baritone, the regular one. I play guitar. I started on guitar and went to bass. That was my second instrument, and I started sticking with that one. I play saxophone, alto saxophone, and tenor saxophone. I could kind of play flute. Still working on that one. I could play clarinet, but I hate it. I hate playing the clarinet. Sorry for all you clarinet people out there, but I hate it.
At least someone's doing it.
Yeah, at least someone's doing it, and it's not me. I really want to learn how to play trombone and cello.
Ooh, cello.
Those are on my bucket list of things to play. Yeah, so I just am like a creative chick / gal trying to make it in the big world, In
the big world. I thought it was a small world.
It's a small world when you're talking about people. But it's a big world. Big world.
Big.
So that leads us. We can finish each other's. So, anyways.
What?
That leads to this podcast. Why we wanted to start it.
Exactly.
Well, we've been talking a lot about what kind of jobs we would want to be doing and be happy with, because jobs in the past, it's the same old thing day in, day out, and that gets boring, especially for someone like me who's creative and needs to be challenged, needs to be inspired and whatnot. So we were trying to think of something that we both really like, because we really want to start a business together, build an empire together.
Mm-hmm. Goals.
And we both really like podcasting. Oh my god, you have a glass for a reason.
Sorry. Anyways, I'm drunk on knowledge.
On brand. So we just wanted to find something that both of us could enjoy, and we both really like podcasting, and it meets a lot of the requirements for a job that we would want.
Yeah, working for ourselves.
Yep.
At home. Able to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And a huge opportunity to have a creative outlet.
Yes. So, here we are. Hello. Welcome to Drunk on Knowledge, the podcast.
A little bit of background for why I wanted to start the podcast. Basically, we've wanted to start a business together for a while, and we ended up starting one last year in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a screen printing business. So we jumped into that way too fast, and we didn't know what we were doing.
Too much. Way too
And
much. Way too fast.
Way too fast. And yeah, so we didn't know what we were doing. We ended up really sucking at it and wasting a lot of time and money, and we were not happy, so we shut down that business. And so that's what got us into thinking about, like, what do we want to do with our lives?
Like, yeah, let's actually sit down and think about
Exactly.
what we would really want to do.
Yeah, and my grandpa always said you have to have a plan, and we didn't have a plan for that last one, so we've been trying to, like, plan our little butts off for this podcast, and
Yeah.
really, do what we love with the ability to be creative. Like, that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah, I want to show up to work excited about what I'm doing and
Exactly.
can really like back up what I'm doing. Because you know when you have a job and they be shady and you're like, yeah, I don't know about working here anymore. Like, there's
Mhm.
none of that. We don't want any of that here.
Uh-uh.
But yeah, so then that got us thinking, okay, we want to start a podcast, but like, what should we talk about? Like,
should
bro,
we
what
talk
should we
about?
even talk about, though?
What should we talk about, bro?
That got us thinking, like, we really like having conversations with each other and other
Mhm.
people. And we really wanted to incorporate that into our podcast, like interviews, having really deep conversations together on this podcast.
Yeah.
And there's always something that you can learn from having conversations with others.
Exactly.
There's always something you can learn.
Exactly.
And so we thought, knowledge. We want to learn. We like challenging ourselves. We like learning new things,
Absolutely.
knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to do it in a fun and creative way.
So we're gonna get drunk. Not every episode, obviously, but
not like actual drunk, but like, drunk on knowledge. You
There
get
you
it?
go.
You get
Yeah.
it?
You're
Like
following
drunk,
us.
like fun or something, right? I don't know.
Who has
Who
fun when they're
knows?
drunk? That's stupid.
I just turned 21. I'm new to this.
Some other things that we want to do with this podcast include like some interactive stuff. So like social media. We want to. Wow, that was a lot.
We want to connect with people on social media.
Thanks.
We want to have a community. Like, don't be afraid to, talk to us. We want people to talk to us. We want to talk to people. We want people to talk to people, like, through us. And, like, create this, like, little family, this little community around Drunk on Knowledge. Because I think we all have something to benefit from it.
Absolutely.
Not just us. We're going to try and include you guys as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so before you support us and get into it, we should explain what kind of knowledge
what
you're
is
going to get
knowledge
from
to
us.
us?
Yeah, what is knowledge to us? It literally could be anything. Like, I really want to learn about rock climbing. Like, that's so random. But I want to have, like, a professional rock climber on here and, like, talk about their experiences.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Right? And we will talk about like the history of sticky notes or like binders, like
Mhm.
some random stuff on here. And just like our thoughts and feelings about things, get deep.
Get deep. That's pretty much like the basis of this podcast. Getting deep, getting to know the knowledge.
Yeah. So that's what you're going to get from us. You're not
Mhm.
going to get no like rocket science stuff.
No.
You're not going to get like some grade A psychology study stuff, but you might because our friend Jordan will be on this podcast a lot.
Yeah, and
Shout out to you,
he's
Jordan.
a psych major.
Yes,
so-
he's a psych major. He is about to graduate. Woot woot.
Congratulations, grad.
Congrats, grad.
But we might actually learn a lot of really cool stuff depending
Yeah.
on what the limitations are for our interviews and our interviewees.
Yeah, so we might have like really brainy stuff, but don't expect that every podcast.
No.
And then don't expect us to be just, fucking around and stuff.
Every podcast.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But,
I think we're
whatever.
gonna go for a balance. Yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be a lot of fun. So The intentions for this podcast, as far as 5 years from now,
Where do you see it?
where do I see it?
Yeah.
I see it in the big leagues. I
In
see
the
it.
big league.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh my god, look at us. Well, maybe.
5 years from now. 5 years from now, I'd love to be able to travel with this podcast.
Yes, that's a big goal of mine too.
That would be so awesome. Being able to like take all of our equipment to like New York and interview like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some high name something.
Yeah,
Astronaut.
we
What?
want
I don't know.
to like travel, make that part of our job and reach people that we wouldn't be able to normally reach right here. Yes, we could like Skype call them. Yes, we could like whatever, but it wouldn't be like as genuine as seeing them in person and giving you guys a like really, what would you call it?
High quality.
Yeah, just like, I don't know. I just think it would be better in person. More engaging, I guess. More engaging quality. How do you
More
word?
engaging. I don't even know.
Yeah, so we want to travel. What else do you see?
Also, I see maybe hiring people to like work with
Oh,
us.
yeah,
I
that
think
would be
that would
fun.
be really awesome.
Yeah.
Being able to like include people in our actual
Mhm.
business, not just as part of the community, but like, part of Drunk on Knowledge.
Yeah. I also see us having a studio maybe. Right
That
now,
would be so cool.
all you see is the green screen behind us, but literally, I'm going to post a picture on Instagram or somewhere. You'll see this picture somewhere, but I will take a picture of our setup right now because we're literally at the desk I sit at every day and work. And then there's like a printer over here. There's like
We're
some
using
ghetto
a-
light setup
some
right in
pretty
front of us.
Whack stuff.
Right in front of our whiteboard. Like, this is a pretty small room. So I
There's a
really would
closet
like...
over there.
Yeah, I would really like to get a studio
That would be
eventually
nice.
so we can have higher quality videos and audio and whatnot.
And in 5 years, I'd like to be sponsored by Nike.
That's a hefty goal.
I doubt we'll get there, but it's nice to say. Speak it and it will become a thing or something.
Yeah, or something. Excuse me. So what's in store for this podcast? We really want to have merch. Like we said, we
Yes.
want to do interviews. That's our next like big goal is to
Mhm.
at least have one interview a week for you guys. So like one podcast with us talking about something and then an interview with someone else. Like I said, merch store. It'd be great to have our own website with a merch store. Another big thing is Patreon. So we're gonna like talk about that a little bit because that's where we could really support ourselves and
Support the podcast.
support the
really.
podcast. Yes, that. Very that.
Very that. Because the more that we can fund, the better the quality, the more
The more
stuff we can
time,
put out,
yeah, the more time we can put into this.
and the more time we can spend on it.
So for those of you who don't know what Patreon is, it's pretty much like a site like GoFundMe
Or Kickstarter.
or Kickstarter, but more engaging. Like
Mhm.
it's an actual like Facebook, but Kickstarter kind
Yeah,
of thing.
basically.
So on Patreon, we have a lot of cool ideas that we would love to run by everyone to see if that's something they would be interested in. Some of the things are like having a video series on there.
Oh, yes.
We thought of a name called Shaken Not Stirred.
Mhm. I'm really proud of that.
And it's like us playing mini games like the newlywed game, even though we're not married. It's like, who do you know me?
Do you know
Do
me?
you know me? So like that kind of stuff, like really fun video stuff and whatever. We also were thinking about toying with the idea of having a podcast that's scripted instead of us just having a conversation with each other.
Mhm.
Something like storyline, like
Storyline, very storyline.
it would
very
be really
that.
fun. So those are like some of the projects we've been thinking about. So it would be cool to see what you guys think about it. and would you support us and whatnot? Because that would be so fun. It'd be so fun.
It would be a lot of fun. So, speaking of the scheduling, we're gonna be posting every Monday and Thursday.
Yep.
So you can find those episodes on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube, along with our hosting website, which will be linked in the description on YouTube.
And in the podcast.
And on our podcast.
Wherever you're listening to it, you'll be able to find where our hosting is.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
So the social medias are all going to be at Drunk on Knowledge, or something along those lines. And yeah. Have anything else to add?
On our social medias, so like on Facebook, we really want you guys to be on there so we can talk about things more in depth. That's where we would want to really engage, like even stuff not including the podcast, like, oh, hey, what'd you have for lunch today? And so we really want to engage with you guys on that level on Facebook. So that's what Facebook's going to be used for. Instagram is going to be more artsy, like background artsy stuff, fun photo shoots we would like to do, just stuff like that. So if you're here for that, Instagram is the place to go.
Honestly.
Twitter is more random
and funny.
And
we're gonna try really hard to be funny.
You can try to be funny. I know I'm funny.
Oh, okay. Oh. Shady. All right. And also on Twitter, we want to do a lot of Twitter polls.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for all those Twitter polls. It's going to be so much fun.
It would be so fun to record a podcast and then, like, have you guys on Twitter while we're doing it. So, like, you guys pretty much guide the podcast.
Oh, heck yeah. Twitter guided podcast.
I just thought of that idea.
Just now?
That'd be so fun.
High five.
We should do that.
We will.
Let us know, guys, if you want to do that. It'd be fun.
Honestly, do not hesitate to comment. Do not hesitate to @ us, and do not hesitate to DM us.
We want to be your friend.
Yes, please be our friends. We need friends, and we need your guys' help. This community is only possible with you guys, honestly.
Yeah, seriously. Or else we're just literally talking to a camera and into mics all by our lonesome selves.
And that's really what we're doing. But if you guys help us out, then we have a purpose.
Yeah, and on like that note about like audience engagement, please be positive, be encouraging. We will respect like constructive criticism. So like, don't be afraid to call us out, but be positive about it, like to actually help us.
We have feelings too.
Yes, we do. We do. Do you have feelings?
Yeah.
Because I have feelings.
I'm a super emotional person.
So yeah, like no negative Nancy's. If you're going to be like cruel, no one's here for that. So you will get blocked. Just saying.
Blocked.
Like that emoji.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Lost your train of thought. Sorry. I'm just too funny. Or something. I don't know.
By the way, how's this wine? Have you even been sipping on it?
A little bit, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's high. It's actually really good. I really like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's got some nice legs. It smells good.
I don't know how to test wine. Ew.
It's not too dry.
Yeah, it's not really dry. I mean, it's a little bit, but...
Next time we'll drink coffee.
Or something.
We
just wanted to get something to celebrate our first podcast.
And feel fancy about it.
Fancy? Ooh, we got a bottle of wine.
Wow.
From Walmart.
Wow. So
Is there anything you want to add?
I would love to add that I know this podcast is probably not the best quality, not the
Yeah.
best flow, all that. This is our first time. Please stick with us. It will get
It will get better.
It gets better, people.
It will
okay?
only get better from here. Just remember
Honestly.
that. Maybe not the next one because we're going to record that right after. So you guys have more content, not just us blabbering about ourselves.
Yeah.
We're going to actually get to the beef. We're going
Beef.
to actually get to
We're going to
the
go to the butcher
story.
and we're going to get the beef and give
This
it to you.
is just the intro.
Exactly.
This is just the prologue, okay?
This is the pre, and we're going to get to the post.
Yes. So, on that note, thanks for joining us, guys.
Honestly.
Please subscribe. If you're on the iTunes, subscribe to us so your feed will be filled with us.
Yes.
If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Ooh, I'm a YouTuber now. Hit that notification bell. If you're on Spotify, I honestly don't really know what
do
happens
you
on
do Spotify?
podcasts.
Just follow us on Spotify.
Sure.
Question
Yeah,
mark?
that. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day / night or whatever it is,
Year.
wherever you are. Be sure to listen to the one right after this because we'll
Absolutely.
actually be getting to some juicy stuff.
Juicy. So please tell your friends and please tell a stranger, at least one, if not more. I'm down for the publication. Until next time, this has been Drunk on Knowledge.
Yeah, you guys.
Peace.
Bye. Ew.